All right, taking a look right now, Dollar General down about a little under 2% right now. Some disappointing numbers talking about maybe a slowdown consumer spending. If that rings a bell, it should. We've heard similar sentiment out of Five Below, out of some of the Federated department stores, Macy's individually, some of the others. On the retail sales number, which I believe when it was out was the third time in 4 months, activity had declined. So should we be worried about this? Is this actually why the Dow itself is doing well, up over 300 points? Because maybe that limits the need for the Federal Reserve to hike rates at all next week. Let's go to Lou Basenese, the Public Ventures President, Chief Market Strategist, overall schmitty pants. So, Lou, help me with this then. I mean, given this retail data, maybe the 1 year long campaign of raising rates that started a year ago today is starting to have impact a year later. What do you think?
Yeah, a year later, maybe, but here's what I would tell you. When these bargain basement retailers start to thrive, you got to get ready for the economy to nosedive. And if you dig into the results, Five Below went for 3 quarters of earnings declines, and then the last 2 quarters they've shown a nice growth. Dollar General had its 4th quarter in a row of accelerating revenue, up 18% to over $10 billion, and they got plans to build another 1,000 stores in this coming year. That's not a good sign for the economy when the bargain basement hunting becomes a boom thing. So, you know, I think there's a lot of people out there that are still reticent to say that a recession is dead ahead. They want to argue that we got to wait until we see, broad-based jobs declines. But look, that's like waiting for tumors to spread all over your body before determining you have cancer. There's early warning signs, and we're seeing them. You mentioned the retail sales numbers starting to fade. If you look at January's blowout retail sales number, one of the components there was like the last hurrah, was the biggest gainer in January, and that 13% bump was bars and restaurants. It's almost like, give me liberty or give me death. Give me my freedom from COVID before I run out of spending money. And I just think the consumer's strapped. We're seeing it across credit card balances. Interest rates are going up. You think I'm a schmarty pants. I'm not really an optimistic guy right now, which is a deviation.
That is a very perceptive read. It's something that it's not like a typical read. I mean, this is an area where that's the first sign of trouble when people are flocking there, and then the late indications are that maybe they are. But let me ask you, the market seems to like that kind of news, not for those retailers, but the notion that maybe the Fed can reverse what it's been doing. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think the market's it's kind of like a schizophrenic patient right now, right? They're hoping the Fed's going to stop next week, but I mean, it's think about 2-3 weeks ago, we had this whole new term of no landing, right? The Fed was going to perfectly thread the needle. Now I think you got the hard landing back on the table, and whether the Fed pivots, pauses, or panics next week. Does it really matter? I mean, 125 or 50 basis point hike, getting rid of that off the table, does that change the impact of just a massive acceleration? I mean, you brought it up, there's a lagging effect when we're going to start seeing that in the next 6 to 12 months.
Very interesting stuff, Lou. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very, very much. Lou Basenese on that. The Dow up 287 points. Stay with us.